Hi, this is Ms. Compton. I'm here to help you with your Unit 6 project for Practical Math, Saving for Retirement. So, assuming you've done some research, or at least typed some stuff into Google. Okay, so I typed in, I think, entry-level pay for lawyers. And I came up with this website, which I guess is pretty good, payscale.com. So they give me the average entry level for attorneys right there. It also shows the hourly. If I wanted to go that route, I could, but why bother? So again, here's my lovely number, copy and paste. And there it is. To get the entry for the month, the average entry level monthly salary, I just divided that by 12. Not a big deal. And I can even round it up to the nearest whole dollar if you want. It's up to you. Okay. So for the next couple of slides, we're going to have to deal with the Excel spreadsheet that was provided. So again, I'm going to Control C. Go over. I've already got it actually typed in here, but I'm just going to say, ooh, wrong box. There you go. Actually click the right box. Control paste. Control V. It automatically fills. Don't change anything other than that one box, please. Okay, so those are the two boxes that I need. I need one of these actually. I take that back. I think one of them is this one. So again, I already got this filled out ahead of time, but you guys, again, can copy and paste in here. Okay, overview. Okay, so total contributions for year 40. It says that this is in Q42. So back to Excel, Q42, there it is. Control C. I'm not going to do Control V here. I'm going to say I want to paste just the values. Keep text only. Otherwise, it may copy the formula, which doesn't help you here. So there it is. Enter the value from int 42. So again, back to Excel. In 42 is this guy here. Control C. Paste the text only. And we're done. So I have contributed, which means I have put in to my retirement fund, my 401k or whatever, this much money, $4,161,213.43. That's what I have contributed. Okay. The total amount in the account, $19 million. I could live off that. I could be very happy with that. Okay. So again, that's not a problem. Okay. So it says replace graph with bar graph. Okay. So again, go back to Excel. Second tab says graph. There it is. It's already done it for me. How nice. So click it, Control C, go back to PowerPoint, Control V, move it around a little bit, make it bigger if you want. Beautiful. So it's exponential growth. Not a big deal. Okay, so here's where it starts to get tricky because we're having to change things now. Okay. So normally people start to save as soon as they hit the job market. As soon as you get your job, you start saving. So that could be around, well, depending on how fast you get through high school and college, 21, 22, maybe 23. So this is now assuming that instead of starting as soon as we hit the job market, what if we started saving at year 25 years of age? Well, what if I waited until I was 35 to start saving for retirement? What if I waited until I was 45? Okay. And again, we're assuming that we're going to work until we're 65 years old. So if I start at 45, I'm only saving money for 20 years. Is that going to be enough? Okay. So I'm going to go to the product overview. I'm going to go back up. Still got to go back up. Okay. So right here, it says to complete this slide, before you change anything. Fill in this table before you change anything. Okay. So I'm going to go to B3 in my Excel document, cell B3. Gotta go back to the worksheet. Over and up, B3. And I want to copy that. That's what it's telling me to do. Okay. Record the monthly deposit amounts from column B for each of the given age below. So age 25, year 1, cell B3. Okay, so B3 is right there. Again, Control C, paste text only. There we go. All right, so B13. There it is. Control C. Oop, that's not what I wanted. This guy. Text only. And B23. Looks like bingo. B23. Control C. Text only. Okay. Now that I have those, I can make changes to my Excel spreadsheet and still have these handy because I'm going to need these in a minute. Okay, so part B says you can now complete the first row of the table, again, by copying the amounts from slide 3. This represents 40 years of savings. Okay, so slide 3, again, copy, paste, copy, paste. Okay. So now I have to say, okay, well, what if I started at 35? How much would I have contributed? Okay, so let's go back to my lovely overview and see what it says to do. All right, so suppose an employee starts saving at 35 instead. The first monthly deposit will be what you recorded in the second row of the table above. This guy here. Enter this amount into B3. Okay, so again, I'm going to copy and paste. Go back to Excel, so I need to replace B3. So B3, and I'm going to hit Control V. And it changes everything. It didn't change year 1 or year 2, but it did. Oops, B3. Oopsie. See? Let me cover this out real quick. Let me double check that I actually did the right cells. I was looking at the years. See? Not the cells. Middle block. Okay. Control V. Okay, that one's good. B13. Double check that I got B13 correct. B13. Nope, of course not. Because I wasn't paying attention to what I'm doing. So y'all pay attention to what y'all are doing, because apparently after star testing today, I'm a little tired. B23. 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 Okay. Double checking everything is always a good idea. Okay. Okay, now those are right. Okay. So I'm going to take this amount and plug it into B3, which is the one in red. Okay. So again, that changed my information. So again, I'm going to scroll over and down, and we're not looking at this guy. We're looking at this guy. And this guy, which is why I made them a little bit darker. Okay, so total contributions is Q. So again, Control C, PowerPoint, Control V. Now I can read it. All right. Back to Excel. Control C. Okay. And so now, again, back to the overview. Okay, so I did this. I did Q32, right? Nope. See, helps to read. N32 and Q32. There's 32, so it really should have been this guy. See? I'm just making all types of errors. Y'all do better than I. Do better than me. Okay, so now I need to go in. There we go. Control C. Paste text only. There we go. All right, back to the overview. All right, so part D. Suppose employee starts saving at 45 instead. So take our table amount here, $8,530 and some odd cents. Plug that into B3. And again, everything changes. Back to the overview. Okay, so now I need to look at what cells? Q22 and N22. Okay. So Q22. All right, so that guy. Again, copy, paste. And in. Control C. Paste text only. There we go. And you could take your discussion. Okay, so my discussion is, well, if I start saving at 25 years of age, I'm obviously doing a lot better. $9 million better than if I started at 35. If I start at 35 instead of 45, I have twice as much money in my account at age 65, roughly. So again, that might be your discussion. Okay, so here it says other comparisons. So here again, we're going to change the Excel spreadsheet again. So this is saying I save 5% from age 25 to 35, 5% from 35 to 65, and 10% from 45 to 65. So again, really pay attention to what is in the overview. Okay, so again, open the spreadsheet, change the amount in cell B3 back to the monthly deposit for the employee who begins saving 5%. Okay, so change it back. Again, I'm going back to slide 2 just so I have my number. Control C. Control V. Enter. Okay. We did that. Okay, so back to the monthly deposit of the amount of 25. This amount I was going to first row table 4A above. Okay, done. Okay, so in order to complete slide 5, we're going to assume that the employee starts saving at the age of 25, but stops after 10 years. So after 10 years, I'm no longer putting part of my paycheck into my retirement. Everything that I've put in there is still there. I'm not touching it. And it's going to earn interest, which is great, but I'm not adding to it. Okay? So we're going to use a simple interest formula. So find the total amount after 30 years using the compound interest formula. Okay? So assume an employee starts saving at 25 and starts after 10 years. The employee just lets the amount sit there for 30 years. Okay, so P is in 12. So in 12, so right there. So again, that's my principal. That's how my money that's there, it's going to sit there, not going anywhere. So I'm going to go ahead and just create another sheet. I'm going to move it to the end because I'm going to do my calculations in Excel. Might as well because I have it here. So this is my principal. So again, I'm going to Control C. But I'm going to, oh, come on, you'll let me paste. It's not letting me copy. Control C. Control V. That's because I want to adjust my number. Thank you, my value. Okay, so that's my principal. I'm going to do this in a minute. I'm going to get all my other values. Okay, so for this project, we're assuming a rate of 7%. Not bad. N is 12 and T is 30. Okay. So just a quick reminder here. The amount in the account is equal to our principal, 1 plus our rate divided by our N to the NT. All right, so that's my P right there. R was 7%, so 0.0707. N they said was 12, T was 30. And again, because it's been a long day, I am double checking myself. 0.07, 12, and 30. Okay, yep. Okay. So, I'm just going to click on any cell I want. And I'm going to say equal, because it'll do my math for me. I'm going to select this box with my principal in it, because I do want to multiply by that, times parentheses 1 plus my rate 0.07 divided by 12, close parentheses, little house top. I'm going to go ahead and put this in parentheses too, 12 times 30. And there it is. That way I don't have to use my calculator, I can just copy and paste now. So again, copy. All right, so that goes into the first row of the table. Okay. Oops, wrong slide, slide 5. This is where we paste the value. There we go, because we can still see it that way. All right, so total contribution was the P. So that was that value right there. Okay, so I've got my first row done. Not a big deal. All right, so you don't need to look at my email. All right, so next one. So the second row in the table represents the employee saving 5%, starting at 35 and contributing to save for 30 years again. All right, so you can copy the amounts from the table on slide 4. Okay, so slide 4, 35. We already did the math, so we don't have to do it again. Woohoo! Lots of cut and paste. All right, so 10% from 45 to 65. So again, we have to change the percentage here too. So again, going back to my overview, it's going to tell me exactly what to do. In the spreadsheet, in B3, okay, so we need to change this to 10%. Okay, so the first monthly deposit amount for the employee begins saving 10% of the gross monthly income. This is twice the amount you recorded in the last row of table 4A above. So if I double this, okay, so again, nice handy dandy calculator. That'd be 17,061.64. Okay, so in your spreadsheet, change the amount of B3 to the first monthly deposit for an employee who's saving 10%. So that's what my new B3 has to become. Okay. So back to my worksheet, back to B3. Looking at my calculator, 17,061.64. Enter. Again, everything changes, which is nice. back to my overview so I know what to do. I'm only saving for 20 years, obviously, because I want to retire at 65. So Q22 and N22. So Q22 and N22. Hey, they're already boxed in. Okay. So again, Control C. Paste. Okay, and there we go. Okay, so my discussion would be something along, it's better to save 5% for 30 years or 10% for 20 years than to only save 5% for 10 years. Something similar. I mean, saving 5% for 30 years, slightly better than saving 10% for 20 years, but 200,000. Okay, compared to 2 million if I only save 5% for 10 years. So again, your discussion is based on your information in the table. Okay, so the last slide says reaching certain goals. Okay, so again, it says follow the directions in the overview. Okay, so okay. Again, continue to change the amount in B3 and check the amount in N42 until you have determined the smallest first year's monthly deposit in whole dollar amounts only. That's kind of key there. That an employee can deposit into his or her retirement account to have at least the following amounts of money saved after 40 years. Then calculate the gross pay, what percent of the gross pay that is. Okay, so I'm going to open my Excel document again. I'm looking at, what cell? N42. So this guy here. Might as well make him stand out a little bit so I know who I'm focusing on. Okay, so my first amount is 250,000. Okay. So because I'm only going to focus on him, I'm going to hide some of this stuff real quick just because that way I don't have to keep, no, I need B. I'm just going to hide these rows. And more importantly, I'm going to hide the rest of these years because I don't need them. I'm not deleting them. As you can see, I'm hiding them, so they're still there. They're just hidden. Okay. So my original amount, again, I'm going to go back to what I was originally doing, 5,741. Yeah, that's 19 million. Okay. So again, wrong box. Let's say I deposit 4,000. Yep, way too high. Say 100. Still too high. 75. Okay, I'm getting there. I'm at 252,000. Okay, 70. All right, so 73. 74. So it looks like 75 is going to get me there. Again, they did say hold other amounts, so that's what I'm going to go with. So I'm going to go back to my PowerPoint. I'm going to go back to slide 6, and I'm going to say $75. All right. So my next amount is 7,500. Not 75, yeah, 75, 750. 750,000. There we go. All right. So I'm basically tripling that. So 75 triple would be what? 225. Let's see. Okay, so about 1,000 over. So 224. 222. And I didn't mean to do that, so we're going to sit. Control Z is, by the way, your undo button. Okay, so not quite big enough, so Still not quite big enough, but close, but. Okay, so 224. So I'm going to type that in. 224. Okay, so now I need $1 million. Let's just say 300. All right, a little high. 295. Not high enough. Okay, 297. All right, so 298. Again, slightly over $1 million, but I reached the $1 million goal. That was the objective. Okay. So I'm going to go and type in 298. Okay, so for my percents, again, my amount to start with was 5741. I'm just going to write that up there so I have it. So 75 out of 5741 times by 100. Again, handy dandy friendly calculator does this for me. All right, so, well, I've got the pen handy. So 1.3%. Okay, so again, if I change this out and I put 224 divided by 5741 times by 100, 3.9%. And then lastly, 298 divided by 5,741 times by 100, 5.2%. So again, you have to do your discussion. I'm not looking for a whole lot, but again, okay, if I want only $1 million by the time I'm 65 and I have this career path, putting down 5.5%, 6%, and have $1 million when I'm 65, fingers crossed, depending on family size, on cars and houses. We know how expensive those are now. I mean, that's not bad. Okay. Again, this is not a hard project to do. Most of the math is done for you in Excel. So that's the problem. I copied it until my graph changed. Whoopsie. Okay. So if I go back to 5741, my graph should go back to what it was. No, should. Didn't. Nice. Guess maybe because I hid things. There we go. So when you copy and paste your graph, kind of the same thing. I did Control V when I pasted. You might just want to say paste the picture, and then it shouldn't change, even if your Excel document does. Just heads up there. So again, once you have this done, again, make sure everything's nice and pretty and your discussions are done. Make sure your name's on it and submit it. If you have any questions, we are having class on Thursday. I am having Help Lab on Thursday and Friday as well, since I'm not testing those days. In the meantime, if you have any questions, just send me an email.